Risk of Rain 2, an amazing game full of unique characters who all have unique abilities that set them apart. But who really cares about all that? All we care about is which ones make the best femboys. Now, to set the slate for this, I'll only be covering the male characters, as they are, of course, suited to be femboys, but I will, in the future, do the female characters as well as tomboys. Now, to begin, first, of course, we have Commando. Now, Commando, the first character you ever play, is very unique. We don't get to see very much of their features due to them being completely covered in armor. However, from what you can see, they're quite a slim build and they are very fast moving. And just based off the vibes of the playstyle, drifting around, shooting a lot of bullets, I'd like to think that Commando would be quite the incredible femboy. I can imagine that when Commando takes off their helmet, they have beautiful, luscious eyelashes and a slim, cute face underneath that. So, an A-class femboy, from what I can see. Moving on, we have the Mercenary. Now the Mercenary, he's a samurai, alright, a very prideful character from what you can get. Similar to Commando, they are quite fast moving and aren't incredibly bulky. But I think the prideful nature of his character would make him stray a little further from being a femboy. I think it's very plausible that Mercenary would be a closeted femboy, but definitely not as open as some other characters. Now the Engineer. The Engineer. This is a class. This is just an S++ femboy right here. The Engineer is in a class of their own. You can just tell, playing the Engineer and just looking at the Engineer, that they are just an incredible femboy. I mean, what else could you even want from a femboy? They love technology. They're probably in their room all the time, working on their turrets, dressed in a little maid outfit. I can see it clear as day. The Engineer is a perfect femboy. Now the Captain. What a switch from the Engineer. I can't see the Captain being a femboy. I'm sorry. He's just very stoic, you know. I can't possibly see him expressing any traits of a femboy, not even in the slightest. The Bandit, however, I think in a similar case to the Mercenary, the Bandit would express quite a lot of pride for themselves, but could very plausibly be a closeted femboy. I could see it. I could very much see it. Now, something interesting. Acrid. Acrid isn't really a human, but they're very often referred to as a male. And so I cannot overlook the fact that they could possibly be a femboy. And you know what? I think Acrid would make quite the fine femboy. I mean, just observing their monstrous state, it's very evident that at first glance they wouldn't be appealing as a femboy, but the further you look at it, the more you come to realize that they're more just like a cute puppy, and in that they can so much easily resemble a femboy, a perfect idealized femboy. Now, Chef. Chef is a robot, so there's not really, much room for them to be a femboy. But if we're counting Acrid, when considering these femboys, we have to count Chef. Okay, and looking at those damn whiskers on Chef's face, I mean, I don't know if you can consider Chef a good candidate for a femboy. I just don't think Chef would be willing to get rid of his beautiful mustache. And that's fine, you can have a femboy with a little bit of facial hair, that's perfectly fine. But Chef, I just don't think he could fit into that lifestyle, you know? I just don't think it's for Chef. Now, Rex. Rex is up for debate whether or not they are a male, but for the sake of the argument, we're giving it to him. I might feature Rex in the tomboy argument as well. Now Rex has slim build with all of the robot parts. They're not humanoid, not even in the slightest. Far less humanoid than even Accurate is. But I just think Rex, with all of the healing and the slim build, just encapsulates what a femboy should be. You know, when you look at a femboy, it brightens your day. You know, just like looking at Rex. So I think Rex would make a great femboy. False Sun, on the other hand, I think would be okay. I don't know. I think it's very similar to the Mercenary and Bandit, where the False Sun could plausibly become a femboy if they got immersed in the culture enough. But I think he leans more to the side of Captain, where he would be too stoic to express himself in these femboy mannerisms. So I think they wouldn't make a great femboy. And that is it. That brings us to the conclusion. These are the conclusive statements for whether or not Risk of Rain 2 characters would make great femboys. You can't argue with me. I'm absolutely correct. This has been Poopy Isaac. Thank you for listening, and thank you.